Hello everyone and welcome back to LPB Racing, and here we are for this is race 3 of the LPB Supra Cup at round 1 Laguna Seca. Unfortunately race 2 doesn't seem to be in my media library, so unfortunately not got that one, but here we are with race 3 anyway, a 30 lap race, and this is actually the reverse grid of the second race. So the winner of the second race was Wayne, followed by Nifty, Rods, Anime, Bids, TY, Pash, Neil and Keith. Also fastest lap in that race was TY for the extra point. So reverse grid now for this race. So Keith is on pole for this one from Neil Farmack. Let's have a look at the cars we go through. So yeah, let's have a proper look, shall we? Let's have a proper look at the when it lets me. It's not let the light come on, I think. There we are. So there is Keith on the pole position then, alongside him Neil Farmack, and then third for Pash, fourth for TY, fifth for Bids, then it is Anime, then we have Rods, then we have Nifty, and the race 2 winner Wayne at the back of the grid there. So let's get on with the race then for race 3. This is a double distance race. This is a 40-minute race, 30 laps, and away we go. And it's a good start by most of the people on the near pit wall side of the grid. Just going to put the not that one. Sorry guys, race info is on. That's it. Just make sure it's on. And into the first corner. And all sorts happening in the middle. TY gets a bit held up and then spun out, and then also Nifty's spun round, as we saw from race 1. He's off the road as well, and more dust kicking up there, and TY there as well with Nifty. Let's just have a quick look at that again before we get settled down into the race, and we can also have a look without me putting all that gunk on the screen. So down to the turn 1 then. And TY runs in, and then Neil runs deep. TY gets a bit caught up in the middle. Then there's nowhere else for everyone to go, and unfortunately they get spun round, and then Nifty spins round as well. So they both have to rejoin, and then Nifty taps TY around again, and TY loses it on power. Nifty's waiting for him, and meanwhile the rest of the grid go round the first few corners, and Anime makes a good start there. Now in this race, because we've got to keep track of the fuel, I'm just going to put the all display on so we can actually see what fuel they've got. You can see the bottom left, down the bottom of the screen near the left hand side, we've got the fuel gauge there, so we can actually see the fuel of the cars, just in case they decide to run a bit. Well, speaking of running wide, I was going to say running out, but running wide is Bidster there, back down to 7th place in his Toyota of the watch. They're all in Toyotas. Good start to the video this, but we'll I'm sure onwards and upwards from here. I like to have it as a more of a sort of live, sort of raw video. So you know, it's not about all you know. Sometimes there is mistakes, but I do prefer it live, because editing is not for everyone, and I absolutely can't stand editing. And I'd rather have the live raw video of how it actually happened, and if people make mistakes as Keith inside of Rods, either that or he's defending from Rods. I think we're defending from Rods, and then there's Wayne approaching the back, and Bidster on the back of that little group there. So of course purple sector's coming through, because it's the first full fast lap of the race, and Bids having a little look there at Wayne in the banana car. Won race 2. Bit of dust kicked up there by I think that was Keith kicking up a bit of dust there, or Rods, whichever one, as Bids does a little look down the inside of Wayne. That's not going to happen. And oh, there's Keith going off in the background. Keith goes off. There he is. He's off the road. So he goes back down to 7th place there. As wide goes Rods into the corkscrew down the hill. Basically gets a good run through here on the inside, but nope, no way through there, and down to the last corner. A bit of a twitch there from Wayne's car, another twitch on the way out as well. Really trying to rag that car around the corners, and Bids to take advantage down the inside, but Wayne fights straight back. No you don't, sunshine. Straight back at you, but now Bids has got a bit of a draft off Rods in front. little bit of a toe, it's just helping him, but Wayne's staying alongside him there. Down onto the braking zone, Wayne goes in deep and holds the inside line. Brilliant defence there from Wayne, excellent braking, fantastically positioned the car, and into the corner he goes. Bidster there, forced to eat dust in the wake of Wayne's car, and they're looking up the top end of the field then. Anime is in the lead, 21.4 first full lap round. Neil Farmack right behind him. Neil's right behind him, and Anime said I can call him by his actual name, so it's Josh in front. And if any of the drivers want me to start using their actual names, I don't mind, because the nicknames on here can get annoying sometimes, and we'll learn who they are, who they're referenced to. But Josh out in front then, ahead of Neil Farmack. Pash there in third place, fourth for Rods, fifth for Wayne, with Bidster still right behind him, still not able to get past his Bidster, and Wayne's putting up a really good defence here. But does he need to be defending this hard early on in the race? Well, we'll have to see. Keith there in seventh, Nifty in eighth place. He got a good second place in the last race. The car just clicked alive for him, it just seemed to work, and now he seems to be back to square one as he was in race one. So he does well when he's off camera, Nifty. He does really well when he's off camera. When he's on camera, stuff happens. So we'll have a little advertising look here, then we'll move away. But yeah, TY there in the 9th position, last in the race for now, but I'm sure he will be able to catch up and get some more positions as he does the fastest lap of the race, 21.017. So Josh in the lead then. Anime, there's Josh in the lead. Neil, Pash, Rods, just kissing the gravel on the way out there. It's a really, really fast corner, that one it leads up the hill towards the corkscrew. One little mistake in that gravel, another half a tyre load on that gravel would have meant the car would have bottomed down, and it would have absolutely pulled him into the gravel, and he would have been spitting out stones for the next few corners. But luckily gets away with that. And now on the back of Bidster and Wayne, because Wayne's defending like hell here. Keith is now on the back of these two. Bidster will be spitting feathers behind Wayne here, saying, come on, let's catch the guys in front, let's not just battle for it, we need to get his heads down and catch the guys in front. But Wayne is adamant on this defence. Wayne will defend, he will not give up a place. The ultimate racer, Wayne. Doesn't care about if anyone's getting away in front. I will defend my position and my cut ground with all of my might, and thou shall not pass. You need to just give him a staff and a grey hat. It'll be Gandalf the Grey from Lord of the Rings. All the movies are available. Oh my God. Good defensive driving here from Wayne. He's running a bit wide there. Bidster then goes to the outside. He's going to be able to outbrake him into the corner. The answer is yes. He has to outbrake him, because otherwise he's going to lose more time behind the defensive Wayne. Now Keith has a go. Is he alongside enough? No, he's not. Not alongside enough into the corner, and Wayne holds the position for now. Bidster's been let go, but he's not cleared Wayne yet. He's still within the radar of that banana boat, and the banana boat's going to strike again. There he goes, gets a fantastic run out of corkscrew to the inside. Bidster says no, not this time. Not this time, sunshine, maybe another time. And Wayne was a bit wide. He's okay there. Nifty closing up in the background. You can see Nifty in the background. And Keith a little bit twitchy there on the way out the corner. Meanwhile, up front, Neil Farmack has caught Josh. Neil has caught Josh for the lead. Josh will do with a 1:22.1 last time round. 21.4 for Neil. So half a second faster, and purple again. Neil Farmack, he's putting the pedal to the metal here, and the pressure's on for Animes. He makes a little mistake out of the fast right-hand corner after you go under the bridge at Laguna Seca. Now they're climbing up the hill. This is lap 6 of 30, guys. Still a long way to go. There is no pit stop. Well, I don't think there is a pit stop in this race, but I think fuel you will not need a stop for. Tyre, there's no mandatory stops, so tyres will be a factor. Do you pit and get new rubber, or do you go to the end? we'll have to see what people do. But Neil on the back of Anime now. Pash, meanwhile, has got Rods, who's caught up to him. Rodders, as we call him. Rodders has caught up to the back of Pash. Bids has got clear of Wayne, and he's now put his foot down and he's starting to catch the other group up, so we'll see what happens there. And Wayne has still got Keith in his mirrors. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead. Anime, Mr. Josh is in the lead still. Neil can't quite close up on him yet, because Josh is still doing well. He's doing well, but he's twitching all over the place. The back of that car's like it's on ice. Whoa! Really, really close stuff on the limit driving. Neil Farmack. There's Rodders in front of Pash. Rodders in front of Pash now. Pash with Bids to close it behind as well, so that's going to turn into a three-way scrap for the podium position. As we go up the hill. Boy, Bids gets a good run. He's looking at Pash already. Bids trying to look to try and make the move on Pash, but no way, Jose. But Pash defends into the corner, loses a bit of time, and no. You see how much time they have with just defending into that one corner. They've lost about a good second or so to Rodders in front. So Rodders getting away from the group here. There is the Continental sponsored car of Pash. None of these are a sponsor deal. We just like to run different deliveries on cars because the deal looks good. We like to change it up. He's running the old school Castrol livery from 1997 Super GT, the JGTC as it was called back then, the Japanese Grand Touring Championship. Before it was known as Super GT these days. That car on an old 1997 Supra, believe it or not, did not run the usual inline six. It ran a four-cylinder, absolutely turbo to hell. And it was as fast as hell, and Bidster is trying to replicate the car's performance, and into the inside he goes. Remember, these cars are all identical, all the exact same. Bought it from the showroom, put a set of soft tyres on it, fill it up with fuel and go. And Bidster gets past Pash there, nice neat move, but now he's lost a bit of time up the hill, and up he goes down the inside. Side by side, I think further ahead as well. Neil Farmack's made a mistake and he's gone right off of Anime and he's gone back into the hands of Rodders. There he is. So he's made a big mistake somewhere, Neil Farmack. So he's off the back. Anime has got I would say that's a good 8-second lead at least off the rest of the field. Here comes Neil Farmack round the last corner with Rodders behind, then Bidster, Pash, Wayne, Keith. Still after 9 laps, as close as this. Nifty and TY are catching up as well. So it looks like the whole field's going to be catching up to the back of Neil Farmack within the next few laps. Incredible stuff. Just shows you how racing can spread out, and then all it takes is a couple of little mistakes from people and it closes things right back up, especially when you're all in the same car. You make one mistake, you lose about 3 or 4 positions, usually how it works in the single make categories. Looking to the inside of Bids, there was Wayne, just having a little look, was trying to make his car wider in the mirrors of Pash, trying to make his car bigger in the mirrors of Pash, but Pash not phased by that one bit, and Bidster now on the back of Rodders, as we call him, in the standard livery GR Racing Supra. Bidster's purple this time round. Bidster's on a good lap here. 120.689 fastest lap from Anime. Remember, extra point for fastest lap, and obviously pole position from qualifying for race 1, which went to what was Anime on pole for that one, so that was an extra point for Bidster, sorry, extra point for him. As we go down to the first corner, Bidster late on the brakes, and he wasn't quite fast at that time for the fastest lap. Gets a good run out of the corner. He's going to have a go at Rodders into this corner. No, he's not. No, not. Oh, he gives him a little tap up the back though. Hello, I'm here. Rodders, I would imagine Rodders has got quite a few other words going through his helmet saying "get off my arse" or other words to that effect. And down towards the left-hander as Keith runs very wide in the background, very squirmy and wide in the background for Keith, but he's okay. Nifty 24 last time round, so a bit of a mistake there, and TY also a 26. I wonder if they had a bit of contact or just both made identical mistakes. Meanwhile, Rodders still trying to hold off bids. Neil Farmack getting his head down again, 120.9 last time round, 120.603 for the race leader last time round. He's still putting his foot down, Josh, he's not slowing down. That could be a good thing, and it also could be a bad thing if he pushed himself too hard. And that time of 20.792, not quite the lap time compared to his fastest, but still keeping up a good, very, very fast, consistent pace at the moment. There's Bidster over the rise, behind Rodders into turn one. Love Rocket Rods as his nickname is on here, but we call him Rodders. If the guys racing don't mind me asking, if you want me to say where you're from and use your real name if you want, I do not mind. It's whatever the person wants, but for now I'll stick with what's on the screen unless they've I said I can call them a certain thing, or call them a certain, whatever the real name or whatever, or, don't mind. We can get as realistic with it as we want, or if you want to remain with your custom name, it's fine. As Bidster up the hill on the inside of Rods, who just made a little mistake off that last corner, just enough for Bidster to get the run, and on the inside into the corkscrew, and the position is his down the hill into the long right-hander that burns up that front right tyre eventually. Remember, we got a double distance race. We usually do roughly 20-minute races, which are the 15 lap equivalent on this track, which we did for the first race and the second. But this one, 30 laps, double distance. Got to watch them tyres. Got to watch that fuel. Down into the first corner then. So Anime in the lead at 28.09 last time round, so still keeping it in that mid to high 20s. Good job there by Anime, and Neil Farmack 121's last few laps, so not just a little bit off the pace, probably a little bit shook by that little mistake he made earlier. Bidster now third, we'll see what he can do now. He's got past a few of the other cars. There's Rodders fourth, Pash fifth, Wayne in sixth, Keith seventh. They're still not too far apart. And then Nifty Dark Ninja in 8th place with TY behind him. Quite surprised at TY's pace, to be honest. TY usually is a mid to front runner. I would say, actually, sorry, more of a front runner than a mid, but TY just struggling with the car in this, just not quite got what he needs. As you can see there, as the commentator's curse takes effect again, and TY goes off the track, eats the wall, does a little pirouette, finds reverse, finds a forward gear, and eventually gets out the gravel track. But TY not happy with this car for some reason, and it was TY who thought up this championship. So literally shot himself in the foot by that one. So well, not literally, but just the equivalent of shooting himself in the foot. There goes TY, resuming as he was, and let's go back to the others. And Bidster, fast lap of the race, 120.154 on the ball here. He's been doing 22s and 21s in traffic. Now he's been released, and now he's got his foot down. But putting your foot down is one thing, making your tyres last is another, and also, like I said in race one, the risk and reward. Do you do the risk for the reward, or do you with the risk? Do you fold the reward and make the actual mistake that you didn't want to make? It's all about finding that balance, getting into that rhythm, trying to keep in it. He's now closing on Neil Farmack, who did a 20.7 last time round, his PB, but Bidster just over half a second faster that last lap around. And Pash has now been a bit more caught by Wayne. He's a bit closer than he was before. 21.6 for Pash last time round, 21.6 is the same lap time for Wayne, just a little bit faster. Into the last corner. and out of it. The orange Continental car being caught by the banana boat, as it's called, there with the bananas on it. And yep, the Mario Kart mobile. Passing a 21.6 and a 21.2 for Wayne last time around, a bit quicker than Pash. Let's have a look at the rest. Then Bidster then. That's around 21, so it looks like Bidster does a fast lap, then a slow one. Looks like it might be it could be that the tyres, you know, they lets them cool down a bit more for a lap, and then there's a push, and then does the opposite, goes for a push, then obviously the tyres get warm. They have to give them a little cool down lap every so often. So, oh, a bit wide there as well. A bit wide there for Bids, and missed the apex by about half a car width there. Neil Farmack still in the 21s. Anime out front into the 21s now, but still not doing a bad pace at all in the lead. So we'll look further back then. Let's have a look at Keith. He's there in 7th place, 21.8 last time round. Being caught by Nifty Dark Ninja, who's just done 3 laps in a row at 21.8, 7 and 3. So Nifty on the move. TY trying to... TY's just done a 120.2. He's got the pace, he's just not got the confidence or the consistency in the car. He can put a fast lap together if it all works, but just not quite got the consistency he needs at the moment. There's Pash out of the first corner. Wayne behind. Under the Cooper Tyres bridge. Into the right hander, got to watch out for that little sausage curb on the apex. The braking zone for the left-hander. That mid-brake. Oh, a little bit wide there. He hits the dust, and Wayne gets a good run. He's going to be passed before the next corner. Tucks in for his line. Just shows you how much speed you lose with that little mistake. And Wayne goes up into 5th place. Pash down to 6th. Now let's see if Wayne can get himself on the back of Rodders. See if he can bring Pash with him. Meanwhile, the leader, starting lap 16 now, is Josh in the lead of the race. A little bit of tiny little bit of server lag there, but we're all good. Neil Farmack across the line in 2nd place, 20.8 last time round, 21.2 for Bids. So looks like they're matching each other on pace roughly, because with a off lap and then a good lap, off lap and a good lap. Rod's 4th, Wayne in 5th. Now that is Pash on the back of him, closing right up in the mid-corner. So Pash definitely being able to carry the mid and the braking speed and the mid-corner speed, but just not got the run on the way out. Wayne's just not got the confidence in the car into the corner, but out of it, he's definitely not afraid to put the power down in the traction zones. Into the left-hander, let's go on board with Pash as we climb the hill. The pink gloves up the hill, bit of a dart out just to make him look bigger in his mirrors, trying to intimidate the car in front. Oh, very wide there from Wayne, but he gets away with it. You see a little screen for the rear view of the Supra. Into 1st gear for the corkscrew. Short shift up to 2nd, 3rd, down the hill. The apex into clipping 4th gear, back down to 3rd for the right-hander, and then down to 1st gear for the last corner. Alright, on the apex goes Pash there. It looks like this could be a good run here. Let's go back to the outside view and have a look. He's on the outside, Wayne holds the inside. Not quite going to happen this time unless Wayne outbrakes himself, but no, Wayne, he's one of the best defensive drivers we've got in LPB. He's always on the defence, Mr. Wayne. If he's in front of people, doesn't make it easy to pass at all. Probably Wayne and Bidster, probably the 2 best defensive drivers in the group. Now looking to keep Pash behind him, while still trying to keep up with the pace and try and keep Rodders in sight. Rocket Rods, Dale, Rodders, trying to see if he can stay there. And we have a first pit stop for Anime. Josh is in the pits. So this will be for tyres. I don't expect it to be for fuel unless he's just going to pop a little bit in to be safe. But here he is for the pit stop. Remember, pit stops are optional. They are not mandatory in this season. And Anime is still not in his pit box yet. It's going to take a while to get to the pit box as it unrealistically replicates in this game. Because he would have been in it, he would have been at the pits already by now if it weren't for the animation there. But he is in the pit lane on the jacks as the others go through. And out the pits he goes, rejoining in 8th place out the pits. There's Pash in 5th. Still can't get past Wayne in 4th place. Defensive Meister at work. And let's have a look at Anime's car out the pits. Completely fresh tyres and half a tank of fuel in, so he will definitely have enough fuel to get to the end now, and he can push a bit more. Doesn't have to worry about the fuel consumption, just absolutely crack on with it and see what happens. But if the others don't pit, he's got to pass each car individually, and he's got 12 laps to do it, or 12 or 13 laps to do it. So it can be done, but it's going to take a lot. So let's have a look at everyone else's tyres then. Neil has got probably good, yeah, same tyre wear pretty much down the board really. Rod's tyres are a bit more worn. Wayne's tyres aren't too bad actually. Wayne's probably got the best tyres of everyone else on the grid. If you're just looking at actually Keith's tyres are getting a bit worse for wear as well. And yeah, I would say yeah, definitely Wayne's got the best tyres. Pash in the pits then. Pash into the pits. He's copying Anime. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but lots of different strategies going on here. The others could pit, but we'll see what happens. Neil holds the lead. Bids in 2nd. Rudders in 3rd. Wayne 4th. 5th for Keith. 6th for Nifty. There's Anime. TY and Pash will now be at the back of the grid. We'll see if he takes any fuel on. He's going to take a little bit of fuel on. Tiny little bit. Up to half a tank. And out of the pits we go. Can absolutely turn the wick up now. If he's not had the wick turned up, he can turn it up now. And out the pits he goes, but he's gone a long way back. If no one else pits now, this is a lot of work to do. Neil through the corkscrew. Bidster through the corkscrew. Bidster still with the fastest lap in this race, 1:20.154. Set that on lap 12. You can see on the right hand side of the screen there. Set that on lap 12. Goes through, he's not going to the pits. No, Bidster's not pitting either. Anyone else going to go into the pits? I'm not sure. They might do it because I mean the front runners, I mean fuel wise, are looking. Bidster and Neil got a bit more fuel than Rodders has. Rodders might be able to get to end on fuel. Just got to be careful. They've got about a third of a tank left, so they could definitely do it. Wayne doesn't have to really worry about fuel. He's good. It's about the same as Wayne, just slightly worse tyres on the front end. And here we have Anime in front of Keith there, and Anime could be one to watch for the fastest lap of this race, and so could Pash. And TY's gone faster than on worn tyres, has gone faster than Bids did a few laps ago on semi-worn tyres. So TY fast lap of the race then, 1:20.125, and now TY is flying and purple sectors are coming up for TY. Definitely looking like he's in the zone now. A bit further up then. There's Wayne. Obviously no Pash to worry about now. He's gone right to the back after a pit stop. The leaders, Neil Farmack goes through to start lap 21 after the end of lap 20. Again, doesn't look like they're going to be pitting anytime soon. Rodders is though. Rodders is in, and I'm not surprised with the fuel. Just over a quarter of a tank to get to the end. I think he's been a bit more expensive on the old fuel side. He's going to have to pit. Nifty is in as well, and Nifty should be able to get to the end on fuel unless he's just worried about his tyres. So quite a few different choices in this race then. Some not electing not to pit, and some deciding to actually pit. So Pash now see this and think, right, foot down, let's go. They've got to get out. They've got to get round before they get out the pits. Where's Anime gone? Anime's up to 4th, obviously, he was a bit more ahead than the others. 19.9, 119.987, faster than the qualifying times for TY. Absolutely insane pace from TY here. And that's on tyres that have been on since the start. Incredible. Can he keep it up? TY, the one to watch then in this last bit of the race then. The last 9 or 10 laps of this race, TY is turning the wick up and seeing what he can do. Let's have a look at how they came out the pits actually. Pash ahead of Nifty, so Nifty behind Pash now, but Nifty's obviously they're both at the pits, and Rodders is at the pits as well. All with slightly different fuel levels and see what happens, but all fresh tyres from them, so we'll keep an eye on them as well. So Neil Farmack leads this race, no pit stop for him. He's got another 8 or so laps to go, with Bidster in second, still not leaving him alone. Still within about 2 or 3 seconds of him there, still keeping him in sight. Previous lap time 21.1 for Neil, 21.017 for Bidster. A tenth of a second in it, which is basically nothing in it. These two are on equal pace at the moment, so we'll see what happens. Wayne is in third, 21.7 last time round, a 20.7 for Anime. Still can't beat TY's time even on fresh tyres, so still flying though. Keith on a 22.7 last time round with the OG TY in the OG Bids colours. Up the hill, brilliant roar. He's a bit of a squirm there as they go up the hill. Those tyres getting older and older, but getting faster and faster as Keith decides to do a bit of rallycross down the corkscrew. And there's TY closing right up. Points go down to 10th place, so we've got 9 people in this race, so everyone will score some points. As Keith runs wide, TY goes through. Keith has run wide slightly into the sand, and a little bits of litter there, and Keith now behind TY. If I was Keith, I wouldn't try and re-attack here. I would stick behind TY and let him pull me up the grid and try and keep with him. Try and play it sensible sometimes, and TY pulls out the corner, pulls ahead. He's still got fresher tyres than Keith. Keith really struggling with the front end of that car now. It's twitching and causing the rear end to twitch under power as well, which is understeering, then trying to make the car oversteer, and then it oversteers a bit too much and twitches out the corner. So Keith there struggling with them tyres now. Meanwhile, further back, Rod's onto the dust there, onto the sand in the middle of this Californian desert. Rocket Rod's in 7th place, Pash in 8th, 9th for Nifty. They are still quite close, a couple of seconds between each car, maybe a second or two between each car, so still quite close there. Meanwhile, there's TY ahead of Keith, pulled out a nice gap on Keith now. TY getting his head down, seeing what he can do. Further in front, Anime is catching up to Wayne now, a 120.4 last time round and a 120.5 that time, so still doing the good lap times. And TY last time round, a 120.4. The old tyres still working well. What is TY using here? Some kind of magic, because all the cars are the same. There is no difference in performance. They're all the same. Corner he goes, under the bridge. There goes Keith. There's Wayne, being caught by Josh behind him. Let's have a look back from his car. Up the hill, as you can see the twitch of Josh's car there, but that's partly the server lag on this. Remember this was a few years ago, and GT7 servers weren't the best. About 6 months to a year ago, when they weren't the best. They're a bit better now. Looking at Josh trying to catch up to the back of us, and a bit of dust there, and he's getting closer. He's really close, right behind us, and this could be it if he gets a good run with the tyres onto the straight. We'll soon see, because they are a lot closer. And also, guys, to an FYI, I have 2 races from each of the rounds. Unfortunately, for some reason, for each time I did this, one of the races didn't want to save, or I forgot to do it, whichever way around it was, and probably the latter. But we have 2 races from each round. But whatever's in my media library at the minute on my PS5, I am going to show you the races and commentate on them for you, and show you what I have. And obviously, disclaimer: I will not have every video that was happened in the past year or so, or since I've posted a video. But LPB Racing is back, and we'll be posting videos a little bit more regularly on YouTube now, and hoping in the future to perhaps do a few more lives as well. And we get Anime going ahead of Wayne. Wayne does the sensible thing, doesn't hold him up, but then, well, he's now got to pass him again, because Anime made a right anime of himself there, and he'd be rather animated in the car, I would imagine, after that. So goes into the corner. As he says, thank you, Wayne. He forgets to put his hand back on the wheel to turn into the corner, and goes off. So unfortunately, got to do all that work again, but that is how it happens sometimes. Meanwhile, up the front, with 4 or 5 laps left in this race, I think the option to not pit was actually the right call, because these guys are still doing decent times, they're still doing 21s. The tyres still haven't gone off, as TY's proved. The tyres are just probably still good, because TY's still lapping in the 20s. And that's just TY being magic. But even Bidster and Neil are still in the low 21s to mid 21s, so that's still pretty good going. And those that are pitted are doing 20s, maybe mid to high 20s. There might be about a second a lap in it, but is it worth it for the time you lose in the pit lane? I think the answer we found out here is no, because the cars that have not pitted are actually probably going to be doing better than the cars that have, more or less, at least for Bidster and Neil anyway. And Wayne, so the top 3 of the did not pit. Anime has pitted. He's back up to 4th place from the lead, and then TY in 5th place. He's not pitted either, and still going rather quick. Keith is losing lap time now, back into the 22s, 23s, because his front tyres are a lot more shredded than everyone else for some reason, just a bit more hard on the front tyres, probably just his driving style. And then Rodders, Nifty and Pash all pitted earlier, and are now back into the 21s. But again, I think the choice to pit was the wrong one, because it means that yes, they are on fresh tyres and they can do more consistent times, and they're going faster than they were before, but it doesn't mean they can't even get back the time that they lost in the pits. They mind making more time up with the fresh tyres. So definitely not worked out this time for them. There's Pash, but hopefully at Nürburgring GP circuit next time they will do a bit better. Meanwhile, Wayne being caught by Anime yet again. Now this time, will he start defending from Anime, because he knows it's coming towards the end of the race now? There is no point pitting, because he will go straight to the back of the grid if he does. So, because of the time he loses. So will now Wayne start getting... Oh, wow! Before he even gets the chance to get his elbows out, the commentator's curse strikes again, and Wayne does an absolute wiggle moment. And he was quite lucky to keep hold of the car there, to be honest, and it goes off. And now TY can smell blood, still lapping in the 120s. Look at the consistency from TY from lap 21 all the way up. From lap 23 to lap 26. 20.4, 20.3, 20.4, 20.4. Absolutely on the dime with the lap times. And now right up the back end of Wayne. Will he go for the move? Wayne's going to be looking to defend here. Defends a tiny bit into the actual corner itself, turns in a bit earlier. So that touring car defends that, not necessarily changing his line, but just going for his racing line a little bit earlier, just to make sure he's not going to sneak one up the inside. Meanwhile, up front, lap 28 of 30, Neil Farmack is there, the red fuel light is on. Bidster is there as well, the fuel light's not quite on yet, but you know what I mean, to be honest with you, with this track, Neil should have enough for another 3 or 4 laps at this rate, so I think he should be fine with fuel. But Neil there, being caught by Bids as he goes off in the background. Bids is trying to push really hard here and goes off in the background. Meanwhile, Wayne, can he still hold off TY into the corkscrew? Yes, he can, but can he do it for the rest of the race? We do not know, and we will find out. Down into the second to last corner. Now down to the last corner. TY has a little look there, but no, not just making his car visible in the mirrors of Wayne there. And out wide goes TY. Across the line, keeping it to the inside line. Wayne showing he's not afraid to defend. 2 laps to go in the race. Neil Farmack leads. That red fuel light is on. It should be enough for another couple of laps. We'll see, but yeah, we'll see. Bids' red light has just come on, so we know Bids will make it to the end. There's definitely enough to get around another lap or 2. Neil should be okay, but be a bit more on the line than Bidster is. Close finish here after 29 of 30 laps in this race. Just going to double check a setting for the end of the replay, make sure the replay loop is on, so we don't lose the end. That's good. Neil Farmack into the last corner then. Last lap about to begin here for Neil Farmack. Got to keep it together, got to keep it clean, and probably a little bit nervous about that fuel gauge. And there's Bidster. A little bit more fuel in his car as the tyre wear. I think the Bidster's front tyres are slightly more worn than Neil's are now, so it's going to be hard for Bids to catch up on this last lap unless Neil absolutely makes the biggest mistake of his life. I think they'll both be sensible. They'll both try and keep the car on the track and get the points in. Bids is still pushing though. Further back, let's have a look at the... Oh, and TY and Wayne are side by side, and TY's got him on the inside on the last lap. TY's got Wayne on the last lap into turn 1. Wayne will try and fight back. He will fight back. He will try his best. Into the right-hander. And out of it, both get a good line. Bit of a squirm for TY, but he's not going to get him into the next corner. Back to the race leaders for the last half of the last lap. Neil Farmack down the hill, out of the corkscrew, looking like he's going to hold on here. Just needs to hit every apex and keep it clean, and it should get the win, because Bids is not quite close enough yet. Last corner, last lap. Bids are flashing the lights just to see if he can make him visible in his mirrors. But on vapour, Neil Farmack's just going to cross the line probably as he runs out of fuel to win race 3 at Laguna Seca. Neil Farmack wins, Bidster in second. Neil does run out of fuel on the line, actually. Brilliant job by Neil, perfectly judged. Bidster second place, epic race up front. Anime, Mr. Josh in third place. Good idea with the pit stop, but didn't quite pull off. And he knows for next time, but Anime with a good third place. TY gets 4th place without the pit stop, epic driving from him, and Wayne in 5th place, a good race as well. Keith's going to come home in 6th, a consistent 6th for Keith. Tyres absolutely ready to go back in the, well, to go in the bin because they're absolutely shredded, but Keith finishes 6th. Rodders, Love Rocket Rods, is going to take 7th place across the line to take the checkered flag. Pash is going to be in 8th place, and Nifty not too far behind him in 9th. There's Pash, and there's Nifty in 9th place across the line. Epic racing from that, and your fastest lap of the race is TY. So don't go over. So just going to get a picture of the winner, and rightly so, he's right next to Bidster, who was the main challenger for him in that last part of the race. There are the top 2 then. Neil Farmack is your winner. And thank you all for joining us, and next time it will be Nürburgring GP for the second round of this championship. Until then, take care guys, see you later.